Ready? Hey,
Yes.
it's the captain
Danish
at
here.
NAMM 2018, and it's Ken Haas in the house at
Yes.
Reverend Guitars.
I've never been on camera before.
Okay, no worries. You don't look awkward at all.
How's it going?
I'm fine down here. How's it going up there?
Yeah, it's a little cooler up here.
What's the air like up there?
Yeah, it's thinner.
Thinner. That explains
For
everything.
Sure, it does.
So,
It was a bit meaner.
Reverend Guitars.
Yeah.
We love Reverend Guitars. Been carrying them for a couple of years. They're kind of quirky and kooky and funky and cool
Yes.
and good value. So what is new for 2018? Ooh!
It's got holes through it. Look at
all
that.
the way through.
What?
This is the brand new Reverend Air Sonic model. It is a large, solid body where this is one piece body carved, and so you have the large center block down the middle for the initial attack and sustain of the solid body, and then the wings are very, very thin. They're so thin we had to use a top jack.
Oh, right.
And the wings being thin allows them to resonate freely, and this thing has tones of a semi-hollow. It's totally freaky and really, really cool. So we punched the F-hole straight through it again to allow those wings to resonate even a little bit more. We're doing this model in some new colors, including our metallic silver frieze.
I like that.
And there's going to be of course, a hardtail version, and then we're doing a trem version as well. The hardtail version has the Railhammer Hyper Vintage pickups in it, and the trem version has the Nuevo 90s.
The
That's a good
paint,
colour as well.
the paint
Yeah.
guys in the factory are going to love you by the looks of things, aren't they?
Oh, wait, you know what? You
Try to
gotta
get-
do beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta throw it out there and try something different, right?
Well,
Right?
well,
Right.
we will have a listen to that in a minute. But what else is new?
Also new for 2018, this is the Billy Corgan TERS model. You know what a TERS is? A TERS is an old name. It's a 19th century name for a guitar that is tuned to G standard.
Right.
So it fits somewhere between a standard guitar and a tenor guitar. Billy capos the third fret a lot. So the easiest way to think of this guitar is if you throw a capo on the third fret.
I thought the
It is-
neck looks shorter.
Yeah, it is a 21.5-inch scale roasted maple neck.
But tuned to G.
G. Yeah, G
open
standard.
Ooh.
No, G
G
standard.
standard.
Just G
Yeah,
standard.
G standard. Just like you capo the third fret. Yeah.
All right.
So we ran out of room for two pickups, so it just has the Billy Corgan Railhammer bridge pickup, of course. Volume, tone, and bass contour, so you can have the three knobs on the single pickup guitar and the versatility.
Do you think there's an angle for this to appeal to maybe like smaller players? Or is it very much a niche thing where you just want a G-tuned guitar?
I think it's a niche thing. We've done some tracking with it, where you just play, a GCD sort of rip on a standard guitar, and then pick this up and double it with this, and it just sounds massive. Because it's intonated, as opposed to using a capo where sometimes you run into weird intonation
Yeah, yeah.
things, which can be cool in their own way. It's really interesting to hear the guitar be just spot on in that kind of tuning. It's really interesting, and of course, when we did the original signature model with Billy, and I've been doing this a lot just so people can see.
Yep.
It's a kind of similar when Pete and I stand next to each other. You get a sort of similar effect.
very
You mean when we're lying
And then-
down, you mean?
Mr. Corgan had this in mind right from the get-go.
Yeah.
This was something that he wanted to do.
Could you tune that into a standard E as well?
Haven't done it yet.
You haven't done it yet?
I haven't tuned this into standard yet. We with tens, it plays fantastic. It feels normal. It's kind of like our Descent baritone. When you play it, it doesn't necessarily come off that you're playing something different.
Yeah. Very cool, very cool.
Cool.
This is Carina Burst. This is a new color for this year. So this is natural Carina to black on a burst. We're doing it in 5 or 6 different models. I love the look of the natural Carina on things. I'm really excited to tell you guys, because I haven't really had an opportunity. Just push them.
It's Joe Naylor. He's the brains behind it all.
Hey, it's me.
Ken's just the good-looking one.
Yes.
Joe Naylor.
Anyway, yes, sorry, Corey. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
You carry on. Shall I push it
Man,
out of the way? Do you want to say anything? Anything you like?
Hello UK, we love you. Bye, Reverends.
That's deep. Let's go.
Great.
Right.
That's pretty-
What's
that's
the
all
next
you need
one?
to say.
That's brilliant. That was brilliant. Yeah, it was very deep. But you could tell it was sincere and heartfelt.
It's really sincere.
Starting in about mid-2017, Reverend is proud to announce working with the guitarist, UK guitarist Matt West from the band Neck Deep. He came through our shop when Neck Deep was touring the U.S. a couple years ago and got a couple of Jetstream 390s from me, and then reached out to me a couple of weeks later and this is my favorite story. He says, "This is the most perfect guitar I've ever." I wish I could do your accent. "This is the most perfect guitar I've ever had, and from now on, this is all I'm ever going to play. Do you guys do any custom work?" And my initial thought was, well, if it's perfect,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? And he just says,
Woo!
to me, "I'll take that." He says to me, if this guitar just had a single bridge pickup and a reverse headstock, it would be my dream guitar. And I said, "Well, why don't we just make it your SIG model?" And he's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because it would be rad." And as you can see, it is super cool. So we got a single P90 with the Wilkinson trim on our Jetstream body with the reverse headstock. Cool little Matt West logo. Neck Deep is currently touring the U.S., but they did the Warped Tour last year, a new record out, and they're doing very, very well.
Good for them.
We're really happy to have a proper UK signature artist.
Well, maybe if Matt has some time in the UK, he could come and see us.
Matt and I have already discussed that, and when they get home from this tour, we are going to get Matt down to
That's
see
cool.
you guys.
Oh, that'd be fun.
This is the Tommy Coffin signature model, a band out of Detroit, Michigan called the Coffin Cats, and they tour the U.S. and Europe probably 30, 40 weeks a year.
Wow.
They just punk rockabilly, upright bass.
I was just about to say, Coffin
hot
Cats
rods,
sounds like a
it's
rockabilly
super
band.
badass.
Yeah.
I just saw the Mohawks around here a second ago. I don't know where they went to. Go grab them.
Is that the guy who plays this? That's
Yes,
his.
it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So this is based on our King Bolt model with a dark violet brown back, and of course roasted maple neck and reverse headstock, railhammer chisel pickups, and beautiful red and silver sparkle finishes. Get a picture of this
Aha!
guy.
There you go.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, man. How about you?
Very cool. Thank you very much. So tell us, what do you think of your signature guitar?
Absolutely in love with it. This thing just plays so smooth. The Wilkinson on it. Just,
And it's like a punk rockabilly kind of vibe in the band.
Yep.
What were you playing before this?
I used to play Schecters, a couple Fenders, but once I got hooked up with the Reverend, it was just hands down the best guitars I've ever played.
Oh, that's cool. And plug the band. Where can people find out more?
Coffin Cats, all over any social media thing. Coffin Cats with K's, though. And coffincatsrock.com. Any shirts, anything like that. But, yeah.
Cheers, dude. Thank you very much for that. Good luck with everything. See you, man. Cheers.
Thanks, Tommy. Man, so much fun.
It's
Last but
so
not
much
least,
fun.
This is a Reverend King Bolt. We've been offering the King Bolt model for probably 5 years in different carnations. I think we've reached the epitome of our bolt-on series. Wilkinson trim, of course, railhammer hyper vintage pickups, flame maple top, dark violet brown back, but this is a dark roasted maple neck. And you know what the difference between a light roast and a dark roast is?
Taste, maybe?
More beans?
Yeah, more beans.
Yeah, no, they literally bake the necks longer until they turn this color. So it's kind of interesting with this roasted maple stuff. This is the color of the wood before they carve the neck. After it comes out of the kiln, if you were to cut through this, it's dark brown. I think it's really interesting. It's really beautiful looking, and then touch it, Lee, touch it. You know you want to touch it.
That is definitely wood.
It's wood. It's wood.
Tell me now, you, as did all guitar manufacturers, had some interesting challenges with CITES. Understatement of the 2017.
You can't talk about CITES without bringing the alcohol.
Yeah. So what did you do? What have you? Because obviously we have a bit of fretboard on here that looks a bit rosewoody, but I gather it's not rosewood.
No, it's not. This is Blackwood Tech, and Blackwood Tech originally comes out of New Zealand, and it's a softwood. It's like a pine that is very environmentally friendly. This will never end up on that list.
Yeah.
And what they do is they inject it with a polymer, and then they bake it like we bake the maple necks, and so it's smooth, but it has
still
a little
woody.
deeper tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's real wood. Yeah. You know, and it does have that just slightly darker sound that rosewood does. And of course, we've been getting into a little bit of Powell Ferro too, like everybody has. But Powell Ferro's been very difficult to get because everybody's scrambled. You know,
That'll just be the next one on the CITES list anyway. So I don't think that's the future.
Yes.
But
It looks really cool. I like it. I thought it was rosewood, so you know.
Right. No, and it feels like it. You know, it's worked out really, really well for us.
good man. Well, we are going to go and plug some of these in.
Let's do that.
They're remarkably talented, handsome, and generally nice to be with. Peter Honore here.
Oh my God! I thought you were talking about me.
He's going to play while Ken just looks on longingly, I suspect.
We could have
Okay.
a jam, maybe.
You absolutely could. Right. Don't go away. We're going to be back in 2 seconds.